veteran Congress leader, one of the longest serving parliamentarians, union minister who held a host of important portfolios, and we met first time in 1992 at the Earth Summit. That's a story that we should talk later about. He was Mr. Third World at that time, defending India's rights and the Third World rights. And apart from that, more recently, former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Kamal Nath. Let's give him a very warm round of applause today. So let's begin at home, Kamalji. It's been what, 2 years and 5 months since you resigned as Chief Minister. Are you missing power?
No, I'm not missing power. The government went. ये सौदा करके जो सरकार बनी, मैं मुख्यमंत्री था, मैं भी सौदा कर सकता था, पर सौदे की कुर्सी पर मैं नहीं बैठना चाहता था. ये मेरा विधायक तो मुझे कह रहे थे हमें इतना पैसा मिल रहा है, मैंने कहा मौज करो, क्योंकि मैं सौदा करने वाला नहीं हूं और मुझे कुर्सी का की कोई लालच नहीं थी. सरकार गई कल के बाद परसों भी तो आता है.
हाँ, वही बात पूछेंगे. What is your plan to win back Madhya Pradesh? You've got another elections virtually around the corner now. 1 year and a couple of months to go.
हमारा मुकाबला केवल बीजेपी से नहीं है, बीजेपी के संगठन से है. ये बात हमें सबसे प्रमुख है. दूसरी कि हमें पहचानना पड़ेगा कि राजनीति में कितना परिवर्तन हुआ है. 5 साल पहले, 10 साल पहले, जब मैं 42 साल पहले अपना पहला चुनाव लड़ा था, उस समय की राजनीति अलग थी. आज का समय अलग है. 5 साल पहले का समय अलग है. 5 साल पहले 25% लोग सोशल मीडिया में थे. आज 95% सोशल मीडिया में है. जिनको आप ज्ञान देने जाते थे वो आपको ज्ञान देने के लिए तैयार है. ये आज बहुत बड़ा अंतर है. हमें ये जो परिवर्तन हुआ है राजनीति में, ये परिवर्तन केवल मध्य प्रदेश में नहीं है, देश भर में है. देश भर में परिवर्तन हो रहा है राजनीति में, सोच में, समझ में, आशाओं में, स्वप्नों में. ये आज हमें पहचानना पड़ेगा. ये भीड़ जमा कर ली, बहुत बड़ी सभा हो गई, सरकारी भीड़, शासकीय भीड़ जमा कर ली, और जैसे आप ठेकेदार को देते हैं, जो होता है मध्य प्रदेश में, आप ठेकेदार को कहते हैं शामियाना लगा देना, तंबू लगा देना और 5000 कुर्सी ले आना और 5000 लोग भी ले आना. ये जन समर्थन नहीं है.
But your own party, apart from the MLAs that deserted you, continues to fragment.
नहीं, हमारे पास.
Are you able to?
जो जीतने वाले नहीं है, अगर वो जाते हैं और बीजेपी के पास कैंडिडेट नहीं है वहां, उनको तो रोका नहीं जा सकता, जाए.
So what are you doing to build your party strength?
हम गांव लेवल तक, पहले हम एक मकान को देख के कह सकते थे, एक गांव को देख के कह सकते थे ये कांग्रेस का है. आज एक मकान को देख के हम नहीं कह सकते. बाप बेटा, भाई भतीजा, चाचा चाची अलग अलग वोट देगा. तो जब तक हमारा गांव में संगठन ना हो, मैं मंडल सेक्टर बना रहा हूं और इसमें सही लोग आए. और मैं तो ये कहता हूं कि ये बात नेताओं को समझनी होगी. हमारे नेता जो हैं, किसी भी पार्टी के हों, अन्य पार्टी के हों, दे कैन बी ऑफ एनी पार्टी, अनलेस दे अंडरस्टैंड द चेंज पॉलिटिक्स, दे विल बी वाइप्ड आउट. हम जैसे उत्तर प्रदेश में इतने कमजोर हैं क्योंकि हमारा गांव में संगठन नहीं है. वो कहता है रात को अगर मेरा बेटा बीमार हुआ, मैं क्या कमलनाथ को ढूंढने जाऊंगा? ये आज प्रश्न है कि आपका गांव में क्या संगठन है, हर वार्ड में क्या संगठन है.
Talking about wards, the recent civic polls, municipal polls were there. How has the Congress done? You seem to have won some, but you've lost a lot also.
No, we have done well. The question is, where were we and where we reached? This was a rehearsal. ये rehearsal था. हम पहले कहां थे और अब हम कहां पहुंचे. प्रश्न इस बात का है. और बीजेपी ने जिस प्रकार से पुलिस, पैसा और प्रशासन का उपयोग किया, अगर जन समर्थन था, इफ दे हैव सपोर्ट ऑफ द पीपल, दे डिडंट नीड पुलिस, पैसा एंड प्रशासन. किस तरह रिजेक्ट कर रहे हैं, किस तरह दबाव डाल रहे हैं. पुलिस जाके उसके घर जा रही है कि भाई आप घर से बाहर नहीं निकलोगे, हम आपके घर की तलाशी लेंगे, आप शराब बांट रहे हो. किस तरह से ये पूरे प्रदेश भर से शिकायतें आई. क्या आवश्यकता थी? आपके साथ जन समर्थन है, आप जीतिए। तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा रिहर्सल रहा और मैं मानता हूं कि हमने बहुत सफलता इस पे प्राप्त करी।
Now, you all had won Gwalior as well as Marina. What is the significance of that? And your old friend, or is he foe now, Jyotiraditya Scindia?
You see, it's not a question of foe or friend. The people there have voiced where they are. And as I said, politics has changed. Politics has changed. And this changed politics, this is a reflection of the changed politics. That in Gwalior and Morena, the Congress won. Such a big leadership of the BJP. So, that's what the people want. Aaj, there is an atmosphere of change. 2018 we won. We didn't win because of anything else, but the people made us win.
But they say that it was BJP that lost. The Congress just about got a majority.
Fine, we got a majority. BJP came down substantially, and we went up substantially.
Right.
You got to make it relevant. You got to look at it relatively. And then the government was hijacked. Fine. You think people don't understand this? How the government fell. And in 15 months, which I had, 2.5 months went in code of conduct, Lok Sabha election. In 11.5 months, हमने अपनी नीति और नियत का परिचय दिया. जनता गवाह है. अगर हमने 27 लाख किसानों का कर्जा माफ किया, शिवराज सिंह जितनी नाटक कर लें, जितना झूठ बोल लें, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. ये आंकड़े तो मैं विधानसभा के आंकड़े बता रहा हूं. जो बिजली की बात थी, जो किसान के खाद और बीज की बात थी, all this is there. You think people don't understand this?
You didn't mention about Jyotiraditya Scindia. You avoided the question. Do you still talk to him? What is your relationship with him? And what is your feelings to him 2 years later?
My relationship with him is like that of any other BJP leader. He was a friend of mine, and you can't erase the past. But now that he is a BJP leader, the way I look at all BJP leaders, I look at him.
Talk to him? You still do?
I talk to him occasionally on something or the other. So there's no animosity.
No hurt from your side that he betrayed you?
You don't feel hurt in politics. Remember that.
Let us come back to what you said earlier about Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the current chief minister in his 4th term. How is in these 20 odd months, how has he performed? It's more than 24, 2 years now. 2 years and 30 years.
If he had performed well, if he had really built up something in the state, ये नाटक नाटंकी से आपको तो उनको न्यूज चैनल में आप क्यों बुलाते हैं? उनको मनोरंजन के चैनल में बुलाइए आप. हाँ.
So, but tell us, what is he doing wrong? I mean, you were chief minister, you understood the issues. What are the things that you think he's...
सबसे पहले तो वो झूठ बोलना बंद करें. आज जनता समझती है. उनका खाना नहीं हजम होता जब तक वो दिन में 1-2 झूठ ना बोलें और तरह तरह की घोषणाएं कर देंगे. 20,000 घोषणाएं, 20,000 announcements is made. It's a matter of record. 20,000 announcements in 20 years. What has been delivered? And we must remember one thing. People forget this. You announce a scheme, and I have seen this firsthand because nobody has contested or won more elections than me or conducted more elections in this country than me. You have a scheme, 20% are beneficiaries. The 80% who don't become beneficiaries go against you. मुझे नहीं मिला, इसको क्यों मिला? Then, in the delivery mechanism, the corruption, आप किसी को आवास योजना में मकान दे रहे हैं, उससे इंस्टॉलमेंट के लिए आप 20% भी इकट्ठा कर रहे हैं. And Shivraj Singh has institutionalized corruption. Institutionalized corruption. उन्होंने भ्रष्टाचार की व्यवस्था बनाई है, पंचायत से लेके मंत्रालय तक. ये मैं नहीं कहता, ये आम जनता कहती है. पैसे दो, काम लो. You are giving, you say I will give to unemployed so much money or whatever. But जो देने वाला है वो कहता है 20% मुझे दो. आज ऑल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स में अभी एक बहुत बड़ा कांड हुआ धार जिले में. मैं गया था वहां. एक डैम मिट्टी का बना हुआ, सबने देखा. मिट्टी का डैम है, डैम बह गया, ये पहली बारिश थी डैम की। क्योंकि अगर ठेकेदार को इतने पैसे देने पड़े घूस में, वो ऐसा ही डैम बनाएगा, मिट्टी का बनाएगा, वो कंक्रीट का कैसे बनाएगा? अपने बीबी के जेवर बेच के तो नहीं भर जाएगा ना।
You're talking about the welfare schemes. What is your stand on freebie versus welfare? That has become a huge debate where the Prime Minister talked of a Revdi culture. That must end. Where do you stand on this
You
debate?
see, what is a freebie? I don't understand. There's a difference between a right. Now, when you say there's a right to education, there's a right to food, it's not a freebie. It's your right. Now, when you talk of below the poverty line or you talk of the economically weaker sections, how do you call it a freebie? So we got to distinguish between a freebie. If you're giving industry a handout, that's a freebie. But जो गरीबी रेखा से नीचे है, जो गरीबी रेखा के आसपास है, जो गरीब है, वो फ्रीबी उनको कैसे कह सकते हैं हम? कि उनको भी तो अपना घर चलाना है, उनको भी अपनी रोजी रोटी की आवश्यकता है।
This is what Arvind Kejriwal says. So are you in tune with him as well on this one? What is your opinion about Arvind Kejriwal?
Arvind Kejriwal may be in tune with me. I'm in tune with myself.
Coming to what Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji was here this morning and he talked of the employment he's providing. The figures range from 1 lakh to 32 lakh or whatever it is that he's supposed to do. What is your sense of some of the promises he's made? He's also talked of industry coming here, that he's expanding it considerably. He's spending money on that.
सबसे ज्यादा बेरोजगारी पूरे देश भर में मध्य प्रदेश में, सबसे ज्यादा पलायन, people who migrate to other districts, to other states, मध्य प्रदेश। एंड 1 लाख उनसे कहते आप जरा ये हमें भेज देंगे नाम, 1 लाख कौन से हैं? ये टीवी के सामने बैठ के कुछ भी बोल दो, ये और निवेश आएगा, इन्वेस्टमेंट विल कम। इन्वेस्टमेंट कम्स बाय अ विजन। There's a difference between vision and television. And that is the point. So he's saying we are getting investment. He held for 15 years, he held investment summit. After every investment summit, he announced 70,000 crores, 1 lakh crores. I mean, the record is there of investment will come. But investment is an article of faith. You cannot demand investment. You got to attract investment. And that is it. Why will anybody come to Madhya Pradesh? The unfortunate part is, Madhya Pradesh 5 प्रदेशों से घिरा हुआ है। जो आज तमिलनाडु या केरल में अपना सामान बेचता है, वो अपना उद्योग, कारखाना, फैक्ट्री लगाता है पंजाब और हरियाणा में। मध्य प्रदेश क्यों नहीं आता? मैंने भी एक सम्मेलन किया था उद्योगपतियों का, सबसे बड़े उद्योगपति देश भर के उसमें सम्मिलित हुए थे। मैंने कोई अनाउंसमेंट नहीं करा, कोई घोषणा नहीं करी। मैं मध्य प्रदेश की एक नई पहचान, अ न्यू रिकग्निशन ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश। मध्य प्रदेश की पहचान क्या माफिया से होगी? मध्य प्रदेश की पहचान क्या मिलावट से होगी? सो यू हैव टू शो देम दैट यू आर परफॉर्मिंग। वन लार्ज कंपनी who wanted to come to Madhya Pradesh, I called them, I knew them all. In my years as a central minister, I've known the biggest industrialists. I said, why don't you come to Madhya Pradesh? Madhya Pradesh क्यों ना आते? कहते 3 साल तो हम जमीन के लिए रुके, हर कदम पर पैसा दो, इसीलिए हम नहीं आते। They've set up a huge plant somewhere in Punjab or Haryana. मध्य प्रदेश में क्यों नहीं आते? As I said, जब तक विश्वास उस प्रदेश में ना हो, आप उसी दुकान में जाते हो अपनी खरीदी के लिए जहां विश्वास होता है। पर अगर प्रदेश पर विश्वास नहीं हुए, कोई निवेश आने वाला नहीं है। आप यहां आके टीवी के सामने कुछ भी बोल लो, उससे कोई निवेश नहीं आएगा। नो इन्वेस्टमेंट विल कम।
I see that the bulldozer culture has come to Madhya Pradesh. We had a debate just before your session on this. Where do you stand on that? And the fact that the chief minister is now getting a moniker called bulldozer mama.
You see, शिवराज सिंह पहले कहते थे मैं किसान का बेटा हूं। सबसे ज्यादा आत्महत्या देश भर में किसानों की मध्य प्रदेश में, ये किसान का बेटा है। तब कहने लगे मैं मामा हूं। सबसे ज्यादा महिलाओं का अत्याचार पूरे देश भर में, आई एम कोटिंग यू फिगर्स फ्रॉम गवर्नमेंट रिकॉर्ड्स, सबसे ज्यादा महिलाओं पर अत्याचार मध्य प्रदेश में। अब ये कहते हैं बुलडोजर। अब इनके पास यही बचा है बुलडोजर। अब 13 महीने चलाने कितना बुलडोजर चलाना चाहते हैं, ये याद रखिएगा कि 13 महीने बाद ये बुलडोजर उल्टा ना चलने लग जाए।
Does Shivraj ji ever come and consult you, talk to you as, a former chief minister and about the plans ahead? Do you have a relationship of any kind?
नहीं, शिवराज सिंह जी जब मैं केंद्र में मंत्री था हम बहुत मिला करते थे। सबसे ज्यादा पैसा आज जो ये सड़कें देखते हैं, 4 लेन देखते हैं, 2 लेन देखते हैं, मैंने मध्य प्रदेश को दी, उन्होंने विधानसभा में स्वीकार किया। जब मैं शहरी विकास मंत्री था, ये मेट्रो की योजना मैंने बनवाई। मुझे तो कहते थे हमारे पास पैसा नहीं है प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट बनाने का, कि प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट मेट्रो की बनाने के लिए 15 करोड़ रुपए लगता है। मैंने कहा मुझे पत्र लिखिए, मैं आपको पैसा देता हूं। तो मेट्रो भोपाल की हो या इंदौर की हो, मैंने शिवराज सिंह जी को कहा था कि मुझे शर्म आती है कि मध्य प्रदेश में मेट्रो नहीं है, तो मेट्रो तो होनी चाहिए। तो इंदौर और भोपाल की मेट्रो की योजना मैंने जब मैं शहरी विकास मंत्री था बनवाई थी। जब मैं मुख्यमंत्री बना, मैंने कहा इसको फौरन वी मस्ट स्टार्ट दिस मेट्रो प्रोजेक्ट इमीडिएटली इन अ टाइम बाउंड मैनर एंड नॉट handouts to contracts to people who are connected with you, but on merit. You have to have. You are seeing आज हमारे पुल टूट रहे हैं, कितने सारे पुल टूट रहे हैं, कितने सारे रिप्टे टूट गए, कितने डैम और फटेंगे। ये क्यों? क्योंकि सबसे पहले भ्रष्टाचार, उसके बाद घटिया ठेकेदारों से काम करवाना। एक स्टैंडर्ड होता है, वो उसका पालन आप कर नहीं सकते क्योंकि पैसा नहीं मिलेगा, घूस नहीं मिलेगी।
Are you willing to stay in Madhya Pradesh and fight? The impression is that you keep flitting to Delhi all the time. You're most of the time there. You're not interested in Bhopal. What is the criticism is that? What is your view on this?
I have not been to Delhi for a long time. Everybody knows that. मैंने कहा था कि
What is a long time in your opinion?
I've not been, I think, for close to 3 months.
Okay.
मैं दिल्ली नहीं गया। हमारे चुनाव चल रहे थे यहाँ, नगर निकाय के, जनपद के, जिला परिषद के। तो मैं अगर जाना पड़ता है, मैं 1-2 दिन के लिए जाता हूं, वैसे कोई लंबा मैं यहां से नहीं जाता। और मैं 23 में यहां मैंने अपना पूरा जीवन समर्पित किया प्रदेश को, मैंने अपनी जवानी समर्पित करी प्रदेश को, और अब मैं जाऊं यहां से, ये मैं खुद स्वीकार नहीं कर सकता। मैं यहां रहूंगा।
But the impression came because you gave up the leader of the opposition post. It looked like you were giving up the fight.
ये मेरे पास 2 पोस्ट थे, मैं अध्यक्ष था और प्रतिपक्ष लीडर ऑफ द ऑपोजिशन था। मैं महीनों से कह रहा था कि ये प्रतिपक्ष का नेता जाके विधानसभा में बैठो और शिवराज सिंह की बकवास सुनो, ये मैं सुनने को तैयार नहीं था। तो मैंने कहा कि ये जो सबसे हमारे वरिष्ठ विधायक थे उनको बना दिया जाए, और वही बन गए। मेरे से तो प्रेस ने पूछा था कि शिवराज सिंह जी इतराज कर रहे थे कि लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन बैठे नहीं है, जब मैं जवाब दे रहा हूं। मैंने कहा जिस उस समय में मैं 200 लोगों से मिल सकता हूं, उनकी बकवास मैं क्यों सुनूं।
But you see yourself as this is the fight of your life, you feel. You've been in politics for so many years. Do you see this battle as your most important battle that you're fighting right now?
You see, there is a difference between achievement and fulfillment. For me, this is a matter of fulfillment. I'm not looking to be that I'll necessarily become the chief minister, that I'm fighting for the chief minister's chair. I'm looking for fulfillment. And that is my goal.
The Congress party, and let's talk a little bit of national politics now, is waiting for a president. The presidential poll is supposed to be scheduled for next month. But what is the mood in the party? Is Rahul Gandhi willing to contest?
I don't know whether he's willing to contest. The question is, if he chooses to contest, very good. Because he represents a change in politics, a new thinking in politics. We must remember that. That's why people find him sometimes to be strange. He's not strange. He's got the new ideas of politics. And that is the important thing. Now, those ideas to trickle down may take time, but they will trickle down.
But, can Congress have a non-Gandhi president? Why should it always have a Gandhi to be president? Why can't you have someone, I'm saying in the recent past, why can't you have a non-Gandhi president? Someone like you, for instance.
We've had non-Gandhi presidents.
That's been some distant.
Yeah, but there's a rallying point. There's a rallying point, and Rahul Gandhi is a rallying point across the country. I understand this country is a rallying point. Sitting in Delhi, Mumbai or Bangalore, without knowing what the ground is, people will make all kinds of statements. कहेंगे नहीं जी राहुल गांधी का क्या, पर वो तो शहरी व्यक्ति हैं. शहर में केवल 55 सीटें हैं. हमारे जो बड़े शहर हैं लोकसभा के केवल 55 सीटें हैं. There are only 55 seats, and these cities think they know the country. I don't know whether that applies to much of your India today, but that is a fact.
That's a neat dig.
No, that's not a dig. I'm saying it for us because I understand it. People will talk about, the question is, this country is across. There's no country in the world. ऐसा कोई देश नहीं है अपने विश्व में जहां इतने धर्म हुए, so many religions, इतने जातियां हुए, so many castes, इतनी भाषाएं हुए, इतने त्योहार हुए, इतनी देवी देवताएं हुए. ऐसा कोई देश विश्व में नहीं है जिन्होंने अन्य धर्म को भी जीवित किया. जो अन्य धर्म, they were born here, whether Sikhism, Buddhism, Jainism, इनका जन्म भारत में हुआ. ऐसा कोई देश है विश्व में?
Do you see that desh that you're talking about splintering now? Do you see major problems across the country?
You see, it's the ethos of this country. हमारे देश की संस्कृति जो है, इस संस्कृति पर हम अगर टिके नहीं रहे, on this ethos, जो जोड़ने की संस्कृति है, दिल जोड़ने की, संबंध जोड़ने.
Are those values decreasing with the BJP government and the Modi government?
Absolutely. I think there is a massive attack on हमारे संस्कृति पर जो हमला हो रहा है. ये बहुत खतरे की बात है. धर्म के आधार पर हो, जाति के आधार पर हो, और ये जो प्रयास किया जा रहा है, हम कोई समाज ले, हम आदिवासी समाज ले, वो कहेंगे कि ये तो गोंड है, ये कोल है, ये भील बिलाला है, ये कोरकू है. तो इस तरह अगर ये बांटा जाए तो ये आवाज जो इतनी ऊंची आवाज हो सकती है, जब सब मिल के आवाज उठाएं, वो आवाज ऊंची नहीं. ये क्यों डरते हैं इससे? तो हमें ये संस्कृति को सुरक्षित रखना है.
Now, supposing Rahul Gandhi does not agree to be the president, why don't you? I mean, look at, there's no one better than you. You know 9 terms as Lok Sabha MP. You know every chief minister that is there. You're the senior most leader. Maybe Congress needs someone like you. Why don't you?
I've made it clear that I'm staying on in Madhya Pradesh. Now, if it means not being in Delhi, not being in Delhi. I said this, I've been saying this for some time, that nothing will tempt me to leave Madhya Pradesh.
So you still believe that the best bet is a Congress headed by the Gandhis?
Well, as I say, that's a rallying point. Every party needs a rallying point. And this is a rallying point for the party. Then you got to build a structure. One president can't do anything. It's got to be the structure beneath. And it's the structure beneath which is most important. Because every state has its own chemistry. You cannot compare Madhya Pradesh with Haryana. You cannot compare Madhya Pradesh with Kerala. Similarly, you cannot compare Maharashtra with Bihar. Every state has its own chemistry. That is the important thing.
Now, if Rahul Gandhi, since it's all around the corner, if he doesn't stand, do you think Priyanka Gandhi should?
Why not? I think if it's between the party to decide and them to decide. But she would also be a very good leader.
And you were talking about organization. It is always felt that the Congress has leaders but no organization. What do you think needs to be done for the Congress if you have to revive it?
Well, we're going to have a organization in every village. We're going to take the party downwards. And the thing is that why are we so weak in Uttar Pradesh? We don't have any party organization in the villages. And that's what I'm trying to build in Madhya Pradesh. And this is the biggest challenge. not only to have an organization, not only to have names and faces, but to have the right names and the right faces. जो सही लोग हों, उनकी चयन करी जाए. ये आज सबसे बड़ी चुनौती है. हम गांव लेवल तक, बूथ लेवल तक ले जाएंगे. ये आज आवश्यकता है, क्योंकि जब तक हर वोटर के पास, हम अभी 4 चुनाव पिछले 8-10 महीने में हुए उपचुनाव. There were 4 by-elections. We won Rayagaon after 31 years. We won Damo against a formidable opponent. We lost Prithvipur because of police and Pesa. We lost Jobat. People say candidate ठीक नहीं था, whatever reason. But the 2 we won because we had a ground level organization. That was the reason we won.
Shouldn't your party be taking a leaf from the BJP party, which is really a juggernaut when it comes, the way it organizes right up to the booth level? They've managed everything down the line. Why can't Congress do that?
We are going to do that. And this BJP is saying that we've got booth level. All this humbug, I understand. I know what is their booth level. Okay, I know exactly what their organization is. And saying it and publicizing it more in the media, they have a formidable organization, undoubtedly. But we will also build a formidable organization. हमारा जो संगठन बनेगा, उनके मुकाबले में कम नहीं रहेगा.
Sonia Gandhi has fallen. Whenever there's been a crisis, she's called you to sort it out. Yet you seem to have no major sort of position in the Congress. You're not in the CWC. You're not even in the recent Political Affairs Committee. Aren't you feeling a little neglected from this?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I'm doing what has to be done. She's given me the responsibility for Madhya Pradesh. Why should I dilute it? Why should I diffuse it? इसका बिखराव मैं क्यों करूं, जो मुझे जिम्मेदारी है? मेरे पास समय नहीं है. मेरे पास समय नहीं है अन्य चीजों में इन्वॉल्व होने का. मैं तो खुद कहता हूं, मुझे किसी चीज के लिए मत इन्वॉल्व करो. अभी अक्टूबर 23 तक मैं किसी चीज के लिए अवेलेबल नहीं हूं.
Okay. Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji was, not in this time when this BJP's parliamentary board was reconstituted. His name was not there. Gadkari's name was not there. What is your opinion on that? Is he being demoted in some way?
अब ये बीजेपी जाने किसको रखे किसको नहीं रखे. मुझे इसमें क्यों, मेरे पेट में दर्द नहीं होता. वो रहे या नहीं रहे, वो जिनके पेट में दर्द होना होए. Why should I exercise my mind on this? ये क्यों नहीं है, क्यों नहीं रखा, इसको क्यों रखा, मुझे क्या लेना देना इनसे.
Maybe he's like you. He wants to fight here itself.
Maybe. But if he wants to fight here, let him remain here. That's what he's doing. But if he's not included in any committee or not there, that's BJP's issue. Let them decide.
Before, I want to come back to the Congress party, and Amit Patel was there, and he was seen as a kind of a glue, and the old guard and the new guard, he could do things. He's no more. There is a search for a person like that. And again, I come back to it. You seem to be the perfect fit.
Well, it's not a question of a perfect fit. Where there is something which is urgent, where there's need to talk to people, I talk to people. I can talk to all chief ministers. I can talk to all party leaders. I've known them for last 30, 40 years when they were starting. So when there is a need, I will do so. But that I can do on the telephone. I don't have to leave Madhya Pradesh to do it and get actively involved. I can perform some tasks as long as it doesn't deflect me away from the state.
Now the country, I know you're saying no vacancies. You're going to stay right here. But coming to the organization and particularly the Congress, look at this. You have an economic crisis across the country. There's unemployment, there's inflation, and yet the Congress party is not able to build a substantial opposition against the BJP. Isn't that a failing?
Well, the people are understanding it. Holding a huge rally, we are doing our yatras in Madhya Pradesh. Every state is drawing attention to what's happening in the country. The economic crisis. There's a difference. They'll give you fancy GDP figures. What is GDP? What does GDP translate into? At the end of the day, it's economic activity. What is your index of economic activity? आर्थिक गतिविधि क्या है? जिसके किराने की दुकान गांव में चलती है वो जीडीपी से नहीं चलती, उसके आंकड़े जीडीपी में नहीं आते। जिसकी छोटी सी एक दुकान है, एक टपरा है शहर में, वो जीडीपी में नहीं गिना जाता। दे आर नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ द मार्केट इकोनॉमी, बट दे आर अ पार्ट ऑफ अ इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी. So today economic activity is tremendously down, starting with demonetization. So this index of economic activity, I used to quarrel with the Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh and other economists on this issue, that what does GDP translate into? Does it translate into jobs? Does it translate into better trade? Does it translate into investment? In the end, it is आर्थिक गतिविधि में क्या हो रहा है. जो एक पान का ठेला लगा लेता है, वो उससे आर्थिक गतिविधि बनती है.
Why can't the Congress come up with a counter narrative that is convincing for the people? What is the counter narrative the opposition should have?
The counter narrative is very simple. Unemployment, the agricultural sector. Our country is 50% dependent on agriculture. Not 50% are not farmers, but they are agriculturally dependent. Who do two-wheelers manufacturers depend upon? On agriculture. Who does tractor people depend upon? It's agriculturally dependent. We must understand. In Madhya Pradesh, 70% हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था कृषि क्षेत्र पर आधारित है. हमें ये याद रखना है, कृषि क्षेत्र पर आधारित है. जो भोपाल या इंदौर का बाजार चलता है, कोई दिल्ली से नहीं आता खरीदी करने के लिए. जो किसान है उस की खरीदी पर वो डिपेंड करता है.
So if you look at the opposition party now, do you think they could come together with a consensus? Who should lead this opposition party? Should it be the Congress? Where do you stand on this? So far, you have not been able to come up with a convincing alliance to defeat the BJP.
I think this is going to happen. In the end, the atmosphere will build up. You've seen it all. You've seen it all, how atmosphere builds up. You had I was General Secretary of the Congress in 2004, and I was traveling with Mrs. Gandhi. One day she asked me in the last campaign, that the last meeting, what's going to happen? I said, there won't be a NDA government. She said, no, I'm asking you, we are coming to Tamil Nadu, what will happen in Tamil Nadu? So I told her what I think will happen. Now, Bajpayee ji was a prime minister who was largely loved by the people. Can you say this about Mr. Modi? I'm asking you this question.
You say, this is your show.
No, I'm saying it's a very obvious answer. Being loved is one thing, being feared is another thing. Right? You will go with the person who's loved or with the person who's feared.
Well, let's see. But let us look at opposition leaders. Now, you had Nitish Kumar walk out of the NDA government, form a government with the RJD and Tejasvi. Where do you think Nitish Kumar could be a rallying point? Who is the opposition leader you feel could turn the tide, if you could call it that?
Nitish Kumar understands the ground. He's walked out, understanding the ground realities. Let's remember that.
Right.
Okay? He was with me in the 7th Lok Sabha. He was with me in the 8th Lok Sabha. I've known him well. In fact, I talked to him 7 days ago because he's been a very old friend. He's seen the reality. And he thought it's better to dump the BJP than to carry the baggage of the BJP. Why?
Why?
Because he senses the mood of the people. That
he's not an opportunist. I mean,
what opportunist? He was chief minister. What was the opportunity he was looking for? There's no other opportunity. So he decided to dump the BJP, knowing that this is going to be a burden.
So you think this is a turning point?
Of course, everything in politics triggers something. This will also trigger something.
What is your view of Arvind Kejriwal? Now, in the India Today Mood of the Nation polls, he seemed to have emerged ahead of the others in terms of, heading an opposition coalition. Need not necessarily have the Congress include. What is your opinion about him and the fact that he won Punjab, the AAP won Punjab as well? Well,
Arvind Kejriwal is limited to Delhi. Let's see this.
Now Punjab.
Now Punjab, but Punjab also by, I say more by default than by anything else. We gifted it to him. Congress gifted it to him. Let's remember that. Arvind Kejriwal to spread himself across the country is very difficult. There are 4.5 lakh villages, 4.5 लाख गांव हैं अपने देश में. हर गांव में आप 3 चीजें देखेंगे. एक फूल का झाड़, एक पूजा स्थल और एक कांग्रेस कार्यकर्ता.
Okay, finally, I think we are just a couple of personal questions now. Looking back at what happened, why did you lose the chair? Why did you have to resign as chief minister? Did you see the threat coming?
I knew the threat from many months. MLAs would come and tell me, हमें इतना पैसा दिया जा रहा है, ऐसा अभी इतना पैसा मिला तब second installment मिलेगा. I could see it happening. I was not unconscious of it. It didn't come as a surprise. And that is it. I saw it coming, but I was not going to play the card that I come and now play the same card as the BJP. I was very clear on that. You've known me to take positions. He was with me. ये मेरे साथ पृथ्वी सम्मेलन में 92 में थे. पृथ्वी सम्मेलन जब मैं देश का पर्यावरण मंत्री था. You have seen the stand I took against the biggest powers at that time, right? And so, what position I took with conviction, not as a bargain.
What was the breaking point, actually? I mean, people would say a leader should be able to diffuse these crises, win over people that are doing this thing. Could you have done something to prevent it?
I could have also made a deal, but I was not willing to make a deal. मैं सौदा करने के लिए तैयार नहीं था. और अगर बनती है इनकी सरकार, ठीक है बना लें. I knew. They said that they've kidnapped them. I told all our people, इनको kidnap नहीं किया, ये मर्जी से गए हैं. They used to talk to me from the hotel in Bangalore. हाँ कि हमें आज इतना पैसा मिला है, इतना पैसा मिला है. They used to tell me. So I said, take the money. Some of them did not even know where to keep the money. One MLA came to me one day. I was in the chief minister's house. That I've got so much money. So I said, very good, मौज करो. तो कहता है, मैंने सोचा ये हवाबाजी कर रहा है. मैंने कहा है कहाँ? इसे मेरे मोटर में पड़ा है, मेरे लिए जमा कर लोगे?
Finally, do you have any regrets of that whole period? Anything that you really feel?
Well, my only regret is that I was not able. I tried to create a new vision for Madhya Pradesh. I could not complete it. It was an incomplete task. I had initiated it. We came into government after 15 years. You had bureaucracy, IAS and IPS officers who had only known the BJP government. Everybody has his own style of functioning. I'm not being critical of anybody. I knew government. I had initiated certain things. I had priorities. One of my criticisms is that I didn't give enough time to the media. True, I didn't. Because I thought I'll do it 2 months later. The press would say, आप मुझे हमसे कभी मिलते नहीं हैं. I said, मैं बाद में मिलूंगा. जल्दी क्या है? मैं काम तो चालू करूं. I had to completely change, have a systemic change. There was no sense of urgency in anything within our system. There was delivery systems. It's not having a scheme, it's the delivery system which must be perfect. Unless इसकी delivery system ठीक होता है, इसका कोई मायने और मतलब नहीं है.
Finally, you said you have a vision. What would the vision you would present Madhya Pradesh when you go to the polls? What is the government you will really bring?
First, the biggest challenge is unemployment. And unemployment cannot come without investment. One industry leads to such economic activity. Somebody will start a dhaba, somebody will start a bus service, somebody will start operating trucks. I had a very major cement company come to me, who were not in Madhya Pradesh. And they said, okay, we'll come, we want this land, we want these quarries, we want this mining. I said, done. But I have one condition. I said, what will be the capacity? He said, so many million tons. So I said, so how many trucks will move out? He told me that 500 trucks per day will move out. That means going and coming back after 1 week or 8 days. How many trucks is that? That will be about 3,000 trucks. I said, 3,000 trucks must be Madhya Pradesh registered. That will be my condition. So one industry creates this. The question is to attract investment. Attract investment. Next is in the agricultural sector. द फार्मर्स एक्सेस बीज और खाद के लिए किसानों को कितना भटकना पड़ा। बीज और खाद के लिए आज क्या भाव हो गए और ये आज उसको बोनी करनी है, बीज नहीं है, उसके बाद उसके पास खाद नहीं है, बिकॉज देयर इज अ सिस्टमिक फेलियर। इट्स नॉट दैट दे आर शॉर्ट ऑफ फर्टिलाइजर, बीज की कमी नहीं है हमारे पास, खाद की कमी नहीं है, पर जो डिलीवरी मैकेनिज्म है, वील हैव टू चेंज ऑल दिस। अकाउंटेबिलिटी कि इसकी जिम्मेदारी दी जाए। मैं गया था, बाढ़ आई थी नीमच मंदसौर में, मैं वहां गया, मैंने कहा आपको मुआवजा मैं दिलवाऊंगा। मैं वापस आया तो कहते हम सर्वे करेंगे। मैंने कहा किस चीज का सर्वे करेंगे? तहसीलदार जाएगा। मैंने कहा हफ्ते भर में इनको मुआवजा मिले। आज ये लोग गवाह हैं। मैंने कहा फाइल का पेट बाद में भर दीजिएगा, हाँ मुझे इनका पेट भरना है, आपके फाइल का पेट नहीं भरना। एंड दे गॉट इट विद इन अ डेफिनेट टाइम।
What would be the slogan that, a catchy slogan that you'd say that if you come back, this is the kind of government? The BJP is already saying 200 seats मिलना अगली बार. What is your slogan?
BJP said that in 2018 also, 200 पार। अगर शिवराज से पूछे वो हमारी 230 सीटें, वो कहेंगे 250 पार। हाँ तो मैं शिवराज नहीं हूं, मैं ये नारों पर, इन घोषणाओं पर नहीं चलूंगा। मैं कहूंगा मैंने नीति और नियत का परिचय दिया है। अब आप चुन लीजिए, 20 साल इनका देख लीजिए और हमारे 15 महीने गिन लीजिए।
Kamal Nath, you're a man of time. We've run out of time. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a very warm a round of applause for Mr. Kamal Nath, former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Thank you very much, sir.